So I started going through the records that I talked about in my last video, which are now in the bathroom. Let me swing around without getting you guys too dizzy. Sorry, I'm going to show you the toilet maybe, but no, I won't. Look at all the records. So we've got 4 full record crates and then 2 other boxes. Yeah, so it's a lot of records. So I started this process, and this is the first box that I'm going through. Essentially, I have, these are ones to the side that have not been, it has a wrong vinyl record, or it was just an empty sleeve, or there was a record by itself with no sleeve. So I've only gotten through that much of this box. These are all individually priced records, and these are 1970s, and then soul and funk, and I have one soundtrack. Now, there's a bunch more over here in this stack that I have to go test. Turns out a lot of these records are a little suspect in terms of their condition. I'm not seeing a lot that have deep scratches, but there are some with light scratches, some smudging, and just some other marks. So I just want to make 100% sure. And there's some good stuff in here too that I have to check that's worth some money. But I just want to make 100% sure that they are going to play well. I don't have to worry about someone asking about them, because I have a really great Audio Technica, I think is what it's called, vinyl, turntable at my house. And so it enables me to test them and see if they're skipping, if they're just sounding too, popping or whatever. Anyway, just making any sort of noises or having any sort of issues that someone would not, be willing to pay for, essentially. So quite a lot. That's the downside of this buy, is that a lot of the covers are fairly beat up. Some of them are stained, like this one. Just have a lot of wear around the edges and corners, but to me that's not so bad. Like this one, as an example, does have some stains here, but it's not too bad. But it has some ring wear as well, which you see the ring, which means that it was stacked on top of each other. He did tell me that, though. He said early on when he was younger, he used to stack his records, which ends up creating that ring, and could potentially harm the record. So there's some cool records in here, but what do you call it? Yeah, that's kind of the case, and a lot of the record surfaces have visible wear. Like I said, it's nothing is. I've only found a couple that had kind of deeper scratches, but not anything too wild or too deep to where the point it's like someone took a knife to it. But nonetheless, I should still test them and see what's going on with that. So that's where I am with those. Yeah, and I'm going to keep on going through the records just to show off some of you guys that might be interested. Some of the good ones I found. This Roy Ayers one, Ubiquity. You see that one, Diana and Marvin. That's a cool one that opens up. This one opens up and shows them inside, and you have to actually take the record out from inside here. So that's a nice one. This one was interesting, Dynasty. Pretty rare, Adventures in the Land of Music. This one, actually, I'm selling for $20 on the store, because there's only 2 on eBay, and they're going for like $45-50. New Day on the Rise, Ruben Hernandez. I've never heard of that one. Evelyn King, I'm in Love, Miracles, Change. Brenda Russell, Sade. This was a really cool find. A newer record, even though it is from, what is that? I mean, it's the 90s. It's not that new, but I'm just saying that compared to 70s records, it is newer. This one, the Wind Harp, was interesting. Very rare, it turns out. Song from the Hill, giant wind harp. There was only, even on Discogs, it's going for over like $30. So this one's a little beat up, but I'll put that one, price that one individually. The rest of them are priced at $3. And then these have a good amount in there that I'm going to price individually as well. So that's what I've been doing a little bit of today. I wasn't in the store for most of the day, but I do need to leave soon here because I have to go down to my bookstore. The second location, which is books only, and I will be opening that up to take advantage of all the people that are down there. So I'm going to take off here pretty soon. close this one up and go down and see if it's worth staying open. Our employee couldn't work this weekend, so we weren't open yesterday at the bookstore or today yet. But I will go down there and see what's going on and see how busy it is. And if there's anything worth recording, I'll put it in this video. Today I did come in for about an hour at the end, an hour in the beginning, an hour at the end. It was a little slow here, but I'm always happy when I make at least enough money to pay for the person that I actually made more than to pay for the person that worked today. But it's important that I stay open. New people find me, that I have consistent hours. That's the important part. So I'm going to head down to, what do you call it, to the second location. So if there's nothing worth filming there, or if I'm too busy, this will be the end of this video, which is essentially about the records I've been going through. And I'm excited to go through them, even though there's quite a lot I have to test. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm going to also put to the test that my theory that even though you see light scratches and other marks on a record, it doesn't actually affect the play. It does not sound poor or terrible or affect the music. Often not at all. Not at all. These older records, the ones that are a little dusty, that kind of thing, they do have some pops and crackles and whatnot, but that's typical for a record. They get stuff in the grooves. So, someone can always wash it thoroughly if they want to do that. But I'm going to put that to the test for sure and see how many of these actually sound perfectly fine, even though they have some wear. So I'm going to head down there, and if there's nothing to show, this is the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Otherwise, I will add something to the end. And this is the end of the video as I walk to my car.